Chapter 2.2. Here are some rules or some steps for adding signed numbers. Simplify double signs first. Plus and minus is still the same thing as minus that number. Minus and minus is the same thing as plus that number. So, if the numbers have the same sign, add and keep your sign. If the numbers have opposite signs, subtract and keep the sign of the one you have more of. So with -1 plus a -4 plus a minus is really the same thing as minus. But you don't have to change this. I tend to like to change it. They have the same sign. If they have the same sign, add and keep the sign. So we would say -5 because 1 plus 4 is 5 and you keep your negatives. Alright, 5 plus a negative. Leave it, change it, change it. So 5 instead of plus, minus, instead of -2, +2. So 5 minus 2 gives us a 3. Another, using this rule, we could have just said, okay, they have opposite signs, so we have to subtract. We've got more positive numbers, so our answer is positive. Alright? -6 plus a -2 minus 11. All three of these have the exact same sign. You could also, simplify this first. So -6 minus 2 minus 11. They all have the same sign. Same signs, add and keep your sign. So 6 plus 2 is 8. 8 plus 11 is 19. And we keep our sign. Now on D, -7 plus 3. Not the same sign, they're opposite signs. So -7 plus a +3. 7 minus 3 is 4. And we've got more negatives because 7 is bigger than 3. So our answer is negative. Alright. -21 plus 21. Hey, 21 and 21 are the same size. And you got a minus and a plus. Opposite signs. So when we subtract those, we get a big fat 0. And 0 is not positive or negative, so we don't put any sign in front of it. Oh, 16 plus a negative. Well, if I use the leave it, change it rule, we get 16 minus a +16, and he who had it gave it all away, and we've got nothing left. Well, guess what? This G looks very, very much like this, but let's use our rule. Leave it, change it, change it. -12 minus 12. Oh, they have the same sign. What is our rule for same sign? You got it. Add them and keep the sign. So we get a -24 on this problem. So, what do you do when there are multiple signed numbers together? Well, we kind of had that with number C. Add the numbers that have the same signs first, then subtract the two results. Well, hint, simplified our double signs first. So we get a -9 plus a minus is the same thing as minus. 4 plus 13 minus a minus is the same thing as plus 2. Well, we've got two negatives here. Those have the same signs. And then we've got two positives here. They have the same signs. So 9 plus 4 is 13. And keep our minus sign. 13 and 2 add up to 15, and the sign for these are positive. Now, if I owe 13 and I have 15, then I subtract and I get 2. 15 is bigger than 13, so our answer here is positive. And notice I've said it in several different ways with all of these problems. Hopefully one of those ways will click and you'll understand what's going on. Now evaluate, and this doesn't look as nice as the ones from 2.1, but it's still not a big deal. All I'm going to do is rewrite our formula, and in the parentheses where the x and y were, I'm going to put in -5 for x and -4 for y. Remember, when 2 is hugged up to a parenthesis, it means times. So positive times negative, remember spun. Same signs. No, these are not the same signs. That's plus and that's minus. So this is unlike signs. So it's a negative answer. So -10. And plus and minus is the same thing as just minus. Now they have the same sign, so we add 10 plus 4, that's 14, and we keep our sign. Now, number last came from example 18 on page 108. In Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the record extreme temperature, high temperature, is 104 degrees Fahrenheit. Decrease this number by 111 degrees Fahrenheit, and that result is the record extreme low. Find this temperature. So we take 104 minus 111. I need to actually change this around because 111 is bigger than 104. So we say negative 111 and plus 104, and we have to subtract because these are opposites. So 111 minus 104 leaves us 7. We've got more negative numbers, so our answer is negative degrees Fahrenheit. And that is the end of chapter 2.2.